Chair shot in reality as we are closing out 2017. What a year it's been here at CSR. What a year it's been in the pro wrestling world. Eisenberg, Springsteen, LeVar. Don't forget, you can always watch all of our episodes past on YouTube here, Wrestling Inc. Make sure you subscribe, leave comments. You can also get all your tickets. Cheap plug, TicketKingOnline.com. Use the code LeVarFan. Get 15% off your wrestling, sports, concerts, whatever.
If they called you in December, you know, you got a phone call.
If you use the code in December, you get a phone call from me. There you go. 15%
Why would anybody
I don't
want
have
a
to
phone
buy a
call
t-shirt.
from you?
I don't have to buy a t-shirt. I get a phone call and I don't call them.
I mean, obviously,
Hot
yeah.
commodity. All right, as we finish out 2017 here, let's do the debate. Who is the 2017 Superstar of the Year? I think we're just talking WWE, but then again with Juice, I never know what he's going to say. So let's say 2017
New Japan.
Superstar of the Year.
AJ Styles.
AJ Styles.
It's an easy pick for me.
How?
How?
Go on.
Give me.
I mean, he came in, what was it, 2016 was his, so
I don't know, you're the AJ biographer. Why don't you get your
so
crap
almost into
straight here.
2 years of this whole thing. He's won the title. He won the title and held it for so long last year, up until this year, and now he got another reign with this gender thing. Every match he's been in has been amazing. He had a great match with Shane at WrestleMania. 2018 is just going to be better and better. He's the best in the world.
Oh, interesting. When I look at Superstar of the Year, I obviously look at great matches. You know, and if you didn't pick AJ Styles, I would have picked AJ Styles, but I'm going to try to be a little bit different here. I'm going to go with the guy who has the most charisma, I'm not talking about you, LeVar, relax, the most charisma, the most ability on Raw and SmackDown this year to really thrive in his role and carry shows when the champion, the world or universal champion, was nowhere to be seen. His name is The Miz. This guy has been put on every show.
The guy you dress like.
And the
guy you model your life after.
The Marine 7.
Seen his wife?
Right here, Marine 7.
Thank you for the 7?
Yeah, we'll get there.
Why not? The Miz is a guy that puts on good matches.
Keeps track
he
of the
puts on
Marine
great
movies?
matches. He does, obviously.
You kept track of your notes by writing your name in pen.
Yeah, this is Justin's
copy, yeah. But The Miz, think about it like this, guys. The Miz has been so dominant on Raw and SmackDown. He doesn't need to win matches to make himself dominant. His character's good. He's always a guy that puts on Miz TV. And for me, I thought Miz TV was dead years ago. I was like, oh, God, another Miz TV. But they give him creative control to the point where he's putting other guys over while continuously trying to put himself over.
And he's still developing, too.
And he's still developing.
He could have a great world title reign next year, and he could be another superstar.
I thought the same thing. I thought you could give The Miz a championship reign in 2018. Maybe have him feud, if he was on SmackDown, with an AJ Styles and defeat AJ Styles. Hell, if Jinder can be world champion, The Miz can be world champion again. You got to give The Miz credit for carrying shows when nobody else would and when nobody else could, because he has the voice, he has the talent, and he has the overall just character of carrying a 3-hour show on Raw or a 2-hour show on SmackDown.
I'm going to piggyback on that real quick, not to bury my AJ Styles pick, although he had the best match with Lesnar this year other than Joe.
Also true. I agree.
But The Miz, would it be wrong for me to say that The Miz at this stage in his career would have a great match with The Rock, and I'd be very interested?
No.
I think that'd be a very good match. Like, with the history they have, now his character is way bigger than it was in 2011.
The Miz is an incredible story because he's not young. He's been around for a while, but he continues to get better. And that's saying he's getting better after having been involved in main events at Survivor Series and Mania involving The Rock in different capacities. You know, The Miz is a great selection. I would be fine with a world title run for him. AJ Styles, another guy, you know, at the age that he is, he's not a young man, but he's come in and you would never know it. But again, I got to go with, I'm looking at Superstar. If I'm looking at the guy who has made the greatest impact and career trajectory, I got to go with
Titus O'Neil?
Close. Titus, James Ellsworth.
Yeah, stick with Suits, Titus.
Elias. I mean, I got to go with the man right here. We got to do it right here.
He barely lifts his arms up. It's amazing.
All the way up.
So much better live, too.
I know.
Via satellite doesn't do it justice.
Braun Strowman.
He's just so jacked. He can't get out of that suit he bought at the Baby Gap.
You guys know this. There are times when you come across superstars that just, and I'm not even talking about it factor. I'm talking about guys that you just know that are gonna change the business. AJ Styles has changed the business in different ways through all of the journeys that he's had. The Miz, obviously, the only guy who gets kicked out of the locker room 10 years ago and stays around is at this point one of the most respected and proven. Braun Strowman, in a different and even more important way, is that Braun Strowman, look, Roman Reigns is what he is to WWE, but Braun Strowman is the guy who, at this point now, I would have never thought at the end of 2017 he would be positioned on the babyface side of the fence, which he is.
I agree.
He's not going to pander to the fans. He's not going to cut a traditional babyface promo. But Braun Strowman has gotten the fans behind him, and to be the size that he is, to come from where he did, to be in the the random Wyatt family guy that's added.
Let me play devil's advocate here. I like Braun.
Strowman.
I've been a huge fan of Braun Strowman. Let me play devil's advocate. Would Braun Strowman have gotten over with the WWE Universe if he was not paired with the most disliked guy since John Cena in Roman Reigns?
It definitely helped, but he would have. Maybe the timeline's different. Maybe we're saying maybe it's not until next year that Braun. But I think Braun is so damn impressive. His look.
He's a physical specimen like yourself, Justin. Yeah.
He's proven that even to the most critical fans, I think even there's some of them are warming up and they just realize the guy for a big man has athleticism. He's not a fee-fi-fo-fum. I think eventually he would have won people over anyways, but it certainly helped going up against Roman Reigns, who's so polarizing, who, pretty much anybody who goes up against Reigns is going to get some fanfare. It did help. And it wasn't on purpose. It wasn't on purpose. They wanted Braun to be the clear-cut, the monster we built around for years, and he's still a monster, but he's gravitated becoming such a likable, or at least not, maybe not likable.
He's likable. He's
an attraction. You just want to see him.
You want to see him, and it's amazing that the three people that we said, nobody said Seth Rollins, nobody said Finn Balor, and that speaks volumes to me because Seth came in like a ball of fire in the beginning of the year, taking over NXT TakeOver San Antonio, and then his match with Triple H. That was probably the hottest feud that everybody was really interested in because you weren't sure if he was going to be healthy enough to compete. Up until, 3-4 weeks before when he got the clearance and whenever it became public, him, number one, has fallen off, not in a bad way, but people have overtaken.
The Seth Rollins Mania build was a disaster.
Well, they didn't know what they were going to get.
No, and I'm not.
You can't fault them. I don't think it was a disaster.
Here's why.
It was good because you were still.
They shouldn't have even had a match. It shouldn't have been the match that it was.
But it was a good match nonetheless.
I don't think. I would have rather it's more of a schmoz fest. I would have rather them hold off the match. I think the whole thing.
That's interesting.
I look back in hindsight
and and then the other guy that I would think about is everybody anticipated the return of Finn Balor. I mean, he's been flatter than a day-old beer. You know what I'm saying? I don't want that beer.
You're gonna cause a lot of problems saying that.
Why?
Because people get the Finn Balor
I like
fans
Finn Balor a lot, but what has he done?
I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying that the super fans of Finn Balor don't take well to criticism.
At least he's pronouncing Balor right.
I know Baylor.
Finn Baylor of the school.
Robert
Griffin went to
Baylor
Finn
Bears.
Baylor.
Yeah.
Well, RG3.
You have a girlfriend?
I think regardless, though, the fact that the depth of this roster in 2017 has given us a lot of choices for 2017's Superstar of the Year.
It is true. And I think when you look at 2018, we'll talk about that more obviously down the road, but 2018 could be a very interesting year because you have guys that fans love, like you said, Finn and Seth, but they're being overtaken by guys that I think are surprising people, Braun, Samoa Joe even, The Miz. So it might be interesting to see what 2018 has to hold.
Is there anybody that jumps out of you that flopped in 2017 overall?
That flopped in 2017. I would probably say Dean Ambrose.
Yeah, I would potentially go to Seth Rollins.
It's hard to say flop because they're still over like Rover. in your predictions,
when I say flop, when I say flop, I'm talking about who are the guys on the upper half of the card. I'm not obviously there's guys on the lower half that haven't done anything, and that's because.
What about Nakamura? Did he flop in your opinion? He's only there since.
I don't think he was in a couple World Championship feuds, so that kind of held him.
Yeah. But still, really nothing of what we thought was going to happen. So maybe our expectations were too high.
Well, maybe now if we're talking flop, maybe then it comes into did they flop or are they victims of the difference of NXT? And
I'll give you two flops: Finn Balor, obviously, and Baron Corbin.
Corbin's a flop.
Yeah, Corbin's a flop.
I don't think he's a flop. I think Ty Dillinger's a flop.
But Corbin won Money in the Bank. Dillinger's more of a
I don't
character,
consider Corbin.
And I like Dillinger.
I'd consider Elias.
Corbin worked John Cena.
A wild card for the Superstar.
It's that SummerSlam.
It was a 5-minute match that he lost at.
Well,
he lost the briefcase. They soured him very quickly. What did he do outside of Money in the Bank? He's U.S. champion, but nobody cares. Hence why, he was the U.S. champion. So, when you look at Baron Corbin's track record, Money in the Bank, U.S. title, he didn't do much, though, to really get people talking. Did he? What got most people talking?
Him talking on
My
Twitter.
Superstar of the Year got him talking. The Miz. Point, case, over.
Oh my God.
Woo! Let's go.
Change the locks.
Never. Thank you.
CSRs, we're getting around the holiday time. We hope you have a great holiday season. We will be active on social media at Juicy Steen, at Josh Osborne 4, at Justin LaBar. We have periodic videos and segments that will be released throughout the holiday season, so make sure you leave a comment, like, share, all that good stuff. And, of course, back in January 2018.
Josh's copy.
January of 2018, we'll be back in full swing. Speaking of 2018, we still got to talk eventually here our bold predictions for 2018. You don't want to miss that.